everyone. I'm Dan.
And I'm Austin.
And we are here to play games.
Badly. So bad. Terrible.
That's
the
right.
Worst.
That's right. Welcome back to Xenosaga episode 1, Der Wille Zermacht. We're here in the Song of Nephilim. And I'm going to be prepping. We're about to go into the end boss fights of this dungeon. There are several. So I'm going to go ahead and prep the party. Just as a reminder, we are going to be skipping past at least one cutscene in this, and we will be describing what happened a little bit afterwards. Feel free to look that up separately if you would like to see it. But yeah, we are going to be covering as much of the content as possible. And Austin, if you want to talk about that, I'm going to get us prepped for what's to come.
Yeah, so we covered it at the end of the last episode as well, but the general gist is that there was a version of this cutscene that they released initially that was uncensored. And while I don't think it gets too gratuitous, even in the original, with the audio and the visual together, it's just a lot of triggering things there. And so we decided as a unit that we are willing to talk about hard topics, but we do have a limit to what we're willing to show on our channel, because we do want to keep this a safe zone for everybody. So even with the censored version of this, the audio is still pretty hard to stomach. So we are going to skip the upcoming cutscene. But like Dan said, we'll talk about the important details about what's happening and when it's over. So you're not going to miss the information. You're just going to miss the audio visual. And again, like we said last time, if this is something that you are not happy with, I'm sorry. But at the same time, this is a choice that we made, and we thought it was best for our channel. You can find this scene in other places in YouTube, so it's not necessarily a YouTube restriction concern. It's how we want to present our own brand, I guess, is the easiest way to put that. And if you've watched any of our Xenogears or anything else, you know that we are willing to talk about the hard stuff, hopefully. So, we'll still talk about it and kind of dive into what's happening and what the representation is if necessary and all that, but it is what it is.
Yep, exactly. And yeah, I mean, it is not I don't know, like I personally went back and forth on this a little bit, because if there is one thing that I'm not exactly for, it is actual censorship. However, I do think it is appropriate in certain scenarios where, like what we aim to provide on our channel is something that is going to be interesting and enjoyable for you to watch. And I know that personally, I end up feeling very uncomfortable during the cutscene, and we will explain exactly why. We'll talk about the topic for a second. We're not going to kind of dwell on it for very long. I don't find that useful, but we are gonna discuss it for a moment, and we'll explain exactly what was going on and basically the coding of it, as well as what actually happened plot wise. So you're not gonna miss anything about where we're going with stuff here.
Right. So yeah, it is a tough decision for us, but I think we agree as a unit to do this way. And then, yeah. So we're getting ready for the next. There's actually like 3 bosses essentially coming up.
Yeah, this is pretty much 3 bosses in a row. And I'm just making sure I've got all. Okay, Starwind. Boost 1. Shit, boost 1, yeah. Yeah, so basically I switched everyone's tech attacks to their single target. It's important to have good ether tech attacks. I'm not concerned with Momo's. because she needs to be set up for stealing. And I believe at least Xion, I am using Junior's Psycho Pocket on her over her Queen's Kiss because it takes less to equip it. Kos-mos also has Psycho Pocket. Do I have it on Momo? No, I don't. But she will be handling the other steals anyway. I could probably set it, but Quick is useful to have. Safety level is good. Boost 1 is very nice. And then, of course, healing skills are important. This is one of those fights where I feel like it's a good idea to have a good ether setup that includes the quick buff, a lot of medical, a lot of healing. Refresh is just kind of there to be there. And then boost 1 is useful. Psycho Pocket if you want all of the really, really good accessories that are coming up. And I'm just gonna verify, triple check. This is Starwind. The other one is Starlight, which is not what we want. We want Starwind. So the correct one is equipped at this time. The other thing I did is I have put All Guard on Xion and Kos-mos. I am actually going to have to re-equip Xion's armor because she was using the shield armor. I'm going to give her, let's see.
The swimsuit, because that's the most defensive thing ever.
Yeah, we'll give her the swimsuit. That's right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm gonna give Momo the shield armor because she has not been able to extract All Guard just yet.
Okay. And then give the Neo armor beta to Xion.
Yeah. Ruby suit will be good, but Neo armor beta is superior to that. So yeah, we're gonna go with that. Scope is whatever. Lifestone is fine. Yeah. Boost +1 at the start of battle is pretty cool. And then we're gonna equip something besides this. I'll do the... She's guarding all status effects, but the magical hat, or the star hat, why not? It's a little more defense. And then, I don't know that we're necessarily going to need the scope, but I'm just going to leave it alone, because we're pretty well set up at the moment, and it'll be nice to be able to see the health bar. And we're going to go ahead and save before we head in. I'm going to rotate back up here, and we're going to proceed.
Yeah, this boss has an interesting trick, I guess is the best way to put it. It's the way it mechanically functions, I guess.
Yeah, the mechanic
which you'll see.
Fight. Yeah. This first boss is the reason I have equipped single target ether-based tech attacks. Those are going to be very useful in this boss.
Yeah. And it was something we were talking about last time that it was after recording. Go ahead. But we had talked about how there hadn't been really any boss fight music specific, like unique boss fight music up to this point.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if you viewers have noticed. If you played this game before, you probably are... Hang on. No. I think we gotta go out here and then go to the north door. But yeah, every single fight, random encounters, boss fights have all had the same song. So I will say that is every battle except one has the same battle theme in this game. It's sort of interesting. I don't know why that is the case. It's something to do with the production, I believe.
I also find it interesting that up until now, we've only had ambient noise for just about everywhere we've gone.
Yep.
The only exception being here in the Song of Nephilim.
Yep, not in the Song of Nephilim.
And only while you're inside one of the silos. Like, if you're outside between the towers, it's not audible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go.
Gotta
go talk to the Triforce.
I went to the wrong elevator. Yes, we've completed the Triforce, so we're gonna operate the elevator.
Spoopy. This place is creepy. Like, even outside of Albedo and all the problems that he's presenting. Like...
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. What's up, Momo?
Oh yeah, I forgot that she's been a bit catatonic because her fighting sound has been normal.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling well, so please excuse me from the battle members. Thank you. That's odd. Momo, are you okay? Yes.
Are we allowed to go in with her in the party?
I'm not feeling well, so please excuse me from the battle members, please. Interesting.
Yeah, this is not something I recalled, so let's go ahead and replace her. That's not great, but we are gonna make sure everybody is prepared to steal. I mean, Junior's in good shape here. So... yeah, actually, one thing I would like to find out is if he has... I don't think I've extracted the All Guard skill on him yet. Set. One moment here. We will calibrate to this. It just may be a bunch of stealing attempts, but I think actually we're going to be fine with all this stuff. So, because I am remembering some things about how to deal with the next set of situations, so I think this will be okay. I am going to keep him with rare plus 10, and we'll do AP plus 1. Okay. Gun is good.
He needs accessories. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting the shield armor for him.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and equip that. Now, I don't think statuses matter too much in this first fight, but just in case we need to use him again, we're gonna set him up for success here. Let's see. Could do the revenge power. Actually, I like that. All right, so we're gonna set him up to possibly counter boost here. So the way to do that is, where is it? The Samurai Heart and the revenge power. So this may allow him to counter boost, and he's blocking all status, and his skills are set up with AP plus 1, W special. I'm just gonna leave rare plus 10 on him, that's fine. And then let me make sure. Yeah, I'm gonna... actually, yeah, his square skills will be fine. Actually, you know what? No. We're gonna set... yeah, so because of the ether weakness of this boss, we are going to put Moonlit Serenade on triangle, and just spam it with him. If that turns out to be less effective than last symphony, actually, let's just put that. They're about the same, but last symphony is something we can fall back on. We're not going to worry about the other tech attacks. And let's proceed.
Okay. Here we go.
Here it is.
Albedo! You...
Please spare me from any
Wait,
trite
what?
lines like, "You're still alive?" Life and death are merely empty words, lacking any power over
But
me.
Momo was just...
By the way, did you ever bother telling the girl? Does she know that we're monsters, both you and I?
Momo!
Problems.
Excuse me?
This is the extent of my power. Nobody can stop the events that are about to unfold. All I can do is delay the inevitable for just a while longer. But at the least, I can entrust this to you. The events are starting to come together. Soon you will meet them. So until then,
So that's Joachim Mizrahi. I'll have you show me everything you left within my pesh. What?
Dang.
Yup.
Momo. Are you okay?
I see. It all makes sense now.
All right.
But now, Rubido, how about we enjoy a moment or two together? Come on. Our time has arrived.
Where did she go?
That's a good question. Okay.
There's no turning back. Let's do it.
So yeah, the first boss is Simeon. This is Albedo's mech.
It's named Simeon?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, indeed. And
Oh, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and start pouring boost on people, but I'm also going to go ahead and steal from it. Okay, I believe that is the common steal. But yeah, while I'm doing this, a few things were mentioned. One of which was the URTVs, and Chaos identified both Junior/Rubido as a URTV along with Albedo.
Yeah.
And then there was also, and we probably showed this portion, but there was also basically Albedo was attempting to obtain information from Momo, was browsing through it, and everything makes sense now with what he has seen of the information available.
Yes. Yeah. And in that part of the sequence, we have flashes of memory, and one of the last flashes of memory that he sees is Kos-mos.
Right.
And of note, URTVs were specifically designed to combat Udu.
Yes, to eradicate Udu.
Right. Which makes Albedo a problem because Junior accuses Albedo in the cutscene of
Being contaminated. Yeah.
Which Albedo is like, no, I've been evolved by him, or, heightened.
Right.
But
yeah, we went over a little of that with the whole infinite telomerase thing.
right.
The little version, the young version of Albedo was going on about that during the Encephalon dungeon. So
Right. And the whole time he's provocating Junior during the whole cutscene. He's like, you're selfish. You're only looking out for yourself. You know what you have to do, but you're afraid to do it, aren't you? But it's
Right.
never really clear what that thing is necessarily, but it's implied that it's something that he has to do to stop Albedo.
right.
And Junior gets pushed to the point of essentially like stopping time, I think is what happened. He has this explosion of energy,
So
and everything stops.
yeah, it's not clear whether it was a cinematic timing thing or something else was going on there. All right, I'm gonna start pouring on some attacks here. But yeah, he explodes with power, basically, is what he does. After firing at Albedo and blowing off his arm and his head a couple of times. And Shion notates it's not nanotech, because nanotech would be much slower and can't regenerate his head.
Right. And I guess it's worth pointing out the Momo that was with them, because, again, this is parts of the scene you wouldn't have seen. The Momo that was with the party wasn't actually Momo. Albedo still had Momo. And the one that was been traveling with us up to this point is actually the Kirschwasser that was accompanying Albedo. Mm-hmm. I'm shocked I remembered that name.
Kirschwasser,
so, back for me. But she comes up behind Junior and like starts to choke him out a little bit. Which I was like, why is nobody doing anything? But, you know, whatever.
Then he exploded and knocked her away and stuff.
Right, and it was fine.
Yeah, he's manifesting these fiery explosions at times. But of course, mainly we see him in battle here. He's just using guns, right?
Right.
So,
well, and he's still using his gun to do it, but it's like the bullets are magic suddenly instead of just regular bullets or something. Yeah. He's channeling it in some way.
Well, if you're talking about when he's shooting Albedo, yes.
Right, that's what I meant.
Yeah. So he also just will be like, he'll scream and then huge fiery explosion happens out of him like he's doing a key blast type thing, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And we did know he was capable of doing some kind of magic because he created that bracelet for Momo.
Exactly.
So. Yep. It's very interesting. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really important in the cutscene that may have been missed. I think we got the gist of it.
Yeah, we got most of it. I do feel like there may have been something near the beginning that was important to remember, but I don't recall it at the moment. But it has mainly been all about that. The contaminated by Udu, that was the other thing I was thinking of. So, it's a decent amount of information, but it's gone over a lot. The big thing to take away is the URTV thing and Junior being accused of being contaminated, or Albedo being accused of being contaminated by Udu by Junior.
Right. And I think it's very interesting because if they were designed to combat Udu, and if Albedo's been influenced by Udu, that's a problem, right? Because like, if that can happen to him, that can happen to the other URTVs.
It could.
In theory.
Theoretically.
If there's any remaining.
So, an interesting question I feel is, if Junior and Albedo are URTVs, that does imply that Guinan / Negredo is a URTV as well.
Right. Of course.
Yeah, because they look the same. They have that shared history.
Right. Which, of course, begs the question why Junior hasn't aged, because they haven't explained that.
They have
or
not.
At least his body has not aged.
Exactly.
And it has something to do with the tattoo on his hand and Guinan and his connection. Which I'm assuming Junior did something to save Negredo. Because he was not in good position based off of like flashbacks and stuff.
Right.
So there's some lingering questions there. I do find it really, really funny that Ziggy and Chaos had exactly one line each, and I feel like it was just to say, hey, don't forget these guys are here.
Yep, indeed.
Because Chaos knew what URTVs were, and Ziggy was like, is that nanotech?
Hey, by the way, Chaos and Ziggy are present. Yeah.
Right.
It is interesting. Ziggy's history is elaborated on in Xenosaga Pied Piper, which is an old mobile game that you cannot find anymore, that was never translated from Japanese. So there is a bit of a fan project to kind of restore that game, but there's also like translations online that you can find as well. So
just like manuscript translations, or
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh. So in case anybody's wondering about the boss mechanics here, obviously there are several things that we've done that are not very damaging here. His yellow sword beam right now is kind of the biggest threat, but he'll transition here eventually.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, you kind of have to just kind of poke at him. We have done about half his health gauge and damage, but if you're lower level, it's
Right.
going to be less. So it's going to take some time.
So now that he's transitioned to this second phase, he's going to start using like these air rod type of attacks, like the one big blast thing he did and some other stuff.
Yep.
And what's going to happen is he's going to target one person, which will want to guard with that person so they can survive the attack. But in between those attacks, we'll be able to really pour on some ether damage on him, and it'll actually do a little bit more damage than what we've been doing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're basically going to burst him down the instant he does this, basically, because you got to wait for him to do the attack, but I'm just kind of doing single tech attacks to chip him down.
It's also why I've been building up the boost gauge and not using it.
Yeah.
I love how he had to move 2 centimeters to hit you with a sword that goes across the room.
Yep. It's pretty great. Here it comes.
I'm actually a little surprised that this fight wasn't tailored for an eggs fight.
Yep. Yeah, you don't want to use eggs in this fight. I don't generally use them, but you really don't want to, because it's going to be... Ow. That was a big hit.
It was. I just find it surprising, because it's like the one giant robot fight where that would make sense. And they're like, nah, dog. You cannot use those eggs.
Like, nah, bro, nah. Alright, we're gonna do one more. He is getting pretty low, so we can't seem to provoke this. I'm just gonna go crazy, I think.
I'm really surprised he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah.
Huh. Fascinating.
Yeah, let's guard with everyone and see if he does something. Come on.
Well, usually he'll say something like, you're also frail, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. There's a counter boost.
Yeah. That actually might be him proccing that.
Yeah. Oh, it's this one. Yep.
Huh.
Interesting. Beam saber. Okay.
I feel like this boss is gonna make a liar out of us.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we're just doing too much damage, and so he's not triggering it. Yeah. Not 100% sure there, but yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Yep. Just let him go one more time, and then we'll see.
Yeah, it'd be better if he procced it, because then he would be weaker to these Aether attacks.
Yep. He just doesn't seem to want to do it. I don't think there's any sort of... Interesting.
Huh.
Let's see.
Have you gotten everything you wanted steel-wise?
Oh, yeah. We got both steals off the boss, so we're in good shape.
Great.
This boss has eggs equipment, so it's not overly necessary to get, but it's some cool stuff. So the B-Max and then the Fast Circuit 25.
Right.
And those do some specific things that I do not remember at this exact moment. I just remember wanting to steal them, so...
Must have items. Why? I don't know. I just need them.
All right,
They're shiny.
I've had enough of this. It's time to go.
Crunch him.
Yep.
Yeah. Between all 3 of your boosts,
Oh, yeah.
he's gone. He's done.
Yeah, we're just gonna crunch him. Double arc cannons, double moonlit serenades, some spell rays. We'll be fine.
That double buster is nice.
Yeah, it is. Xion doesn't have it, but that's okay.
Right, because we all know that Xion is our main heavy hitter in our party. Which, don't get me wrong, she does more damage than some other stuff, but like, she's utility. And that's fine. She got that big wrinkle brain for utility stuff.
Just keep boosted. Yeah,
Use the boost to get through.
This is an interesting thing. He just counter boosted. So, oh, and I got him on point ×2. So what would have happened there is, I believe the counter boost goes, and then your boost goes. So it would have been him and then Kos-mos, because she was boosted.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But all right, we've gotten through that fight.
Yeah.
That took longer than I thought it would.
Yeah. All good, though.
Yeah.
Ah, Ruby Doe. You're getting closer to your old self. But you're still not quite there yet. You were much stronger than this back then. Weren't you?
Damn you, Albedo! Don't get cocky!
Okay.
Little Master, don't do it!
What's wrong, Ruby Doe? You can do better than this. Come on, show me what you got.
Show the moves.
Don't do it! Don't play into his hand or you'll...
Daddy, it was always you he looked at. The rest of us, we all wished we could be you. That can't be true. We're all supposed to be the same.
Come on, Ruby Doe. Just a little more. Just a little more, and your dreams will be fulfilled. Come on, come on, come on!
Junior!
I find it very interesting.
Momo,
What?
you've taken so much from me. But I was given a part of you, too. A part of you is now within me. So now,
So now? So that's why you're doing that?
why do you hurt everyone? Sisters, they all loved something they saw in you. Even after all that you put them through, they still believed in you. How can you desecrate their feelings? Their hearts?
Desecrate? Your sisters? Look around you. Who is the flower that blooms from those corpses? That's right. It's you, Pesh. Everything is just as Mizrahi, your dear daddy, wanted it to be.
Daddy?
That's right. Isn't it, Ruby Doe?
You bastard! Say any more and you're gonna pay for this!
Those girls were toys for your enjoyment. They were all individuals with wills of their own. Yet you...
Still spouting that self-righteous crap?
Huh?
The heck?
The new guy?
Stop screwing around. Hurry up and get the job done. Don't waste
Who
your
is
time
this?
on these fools.
It's a very good question.
Give him this message. It belongs to me.
Hold it!
Where do you think you're going? Hey, why don't you do me a favor and let him go for now? I'll do my best to keep you entertained in the meantime.
What?
This guy is now our problem.
Oh, that's the information he needed about Milsha.
So this is the Y data.
I do not exist for your pleasure.
You call
Hi,
this
Kos-mos.
protection? You?
What? What?
He really didn't want anyone going in there. Oh well, that just makes it all the more interesting. Very interesting.
I have so many questions.
Uh-huh. So, to be accurate, that is a piece of the Y data.
Right, he wasn't able to get full access.
That's
it
right.
seems like.
That's right, yeah.
Recommended to go back and save, should you so choose.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. You can retreat out of this before fighting him. This is a very good idea to do because of the difficulty of that last fight. We're a little over-leveled for it, but it's still quite a fight. And then this next one's hard as well, so.
Right. While you're doing that,
Yep.
getting all your ducks in a row,
Yep.
I found it interesting visually that Albedo's power was black and not white. Just because naming convention.
Sure.
Especially because Rubido's power is red.
Is red.
And he's red. Right. So the conflicting power struggle there obviously was something that Chaos and Guinan and even Mary?
Yeah, it was
Or
Mary.
it Shelley?
No, it was Mary.
Okay.
Yep.
We're all like, don't do it.
Right.
Which makes me wonder, is there something about him using his power that could kill him? Is that like pushing him beyond his limits? Something that would happen? Or
Yeah, I mean, it's... I won't confirm that that's why, but yeah,
Right.
there is clearly some... excuse me. There is clearly some bad thing that will happen if he,
right.
pushes through and uses his power.
Yeah, if it won't kill him, then it will at least probably alter him in some way, push him beyond a threshold he doesn't want to go.
Well, the other thing to consider here is he was emanating power in all directions, and there were other people in the room, probably that he
Right.
does not want to incinerate with fire.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, that's how I always took that hey, don't do it, like you're gonna blow up the whole station or something.
It'll certainly be very destructive,
right?
if nothing else,
right? Yeah, and you'd end up killing people. Momo's still there, the whole party is there, all of that fun stuff.
Right.
So,
yes, fun.
yeah, all the fun things. Good.
Well, I was gonna say the other thing I'm really, really curious about is the existence of Kos-mos and Xion in the Y data.
Well, and remember, Albedo was laughing about how it all makes sense, and the camera focused Kos-mos and Xion while he was doing that, as if he was looking at them.
Well, I don't remember Xion showing up, but maybe because it was just a flash.
Right, it was
faster flash than the one that he was just looking at
right,
just then.
Right. It was very brief, but it was like he was looking at the two of them.
And we know that there's a intimate connection that's necessary between Kos-mos and Xion. and they're inextricably linked, which we've got from Nephilim and Chaos in the Encephalon. So I'm just really curious what the nature of that relationship really is, because it's clearly something far deeper than creator and created.
Right.
So,
yeah. The other thing before we go into this boss fight I wanted to cover here. So Momo's line, a piece of albedo is part of her now. And so there's a lot of strong implications. So if you have paused and watched the cutscene that we skipped in this video, you probably sort of understand, but the coding of it is basically violating. He was violating Momo is how I will choose to put it at this time. And that's how she reacts. That's how the audio still is. That's how facial expressions are coded, and it's just uncomfortable.
Right. Yeah. Like in the video part of it, his hand is over her face, but like all the sound quality is
the original. Yeah. Yeah. The original is he literally shoves his hand inside her. So yeah, it's not, there's nothing directly explicit, but it is thematically speaking, implying some things.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's not great. I don't like it. But we did get the gist of, what that information is. Here's what he was doing. Here's the implication of it. And, essentially because of the, we'll call it, data exchange there, Momo is basically able to neutralize what Rubido and Albedo were doing in their conflict there. So
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
And now we talk to this guy.
Yeah, let's not just this random guy, whoever this is.
Who could this be?
And he's a masked person, which makes me feel like it's someone we've met before. But we just don't know.
Who are you?
Who? What does it matter? Or do you need a name to describe me? A definition by words is merely a means to deceive oneself.
All right.
It's meaningless before the truth. What matters is how you perceive things. The slightest shift, then life and death no longer have any meaning.
Huh?
You don't get it.
No?
Well, how about I show you?
Get out of the way. I said get out of my way!
Ah, you've got guts, boy.
No, I'm just
Why
angry.
don't you make me move? Shouldn't be a problem for a URTV. Now should it?
You're damn right!
I guess URTVs are supposed to be powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense given what they were created to do, but just at one point there were hundreds of them.
Exactly.
So as a unit, I could see them, that is an amazing design.
Yep. This is Ein Rugel.
So did he just turn into a Gnosis?
Yes. Well, I don't know if he turned into, let's see what we get. Might be coded as a Gnosis, yeah. Systematically. Ah, there it is.
Okay.
Yeah, Gnosis.
Oh, yeah. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he is Gnosis.
Correct.
You're saying it's just that mechanically he reacts like a Gnosis would?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, alright, so let's get quick going, in particular on Kos-mos.
Well, I mean, even if he is a Gnosis, it kind of implied that he can change at will, which has huge implications.
Yes, he transformed into this form.
Right.
And shield armor has blocked that skill there, so.
This fight, aesthetically, reminds me of a Seymour fight in Final Fantasy X.
Which one?
I don't remember. Like, he's got those colorful orbs behind him, just like Ein Rugel does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna just start going here. We have stolen the Master's Pendant. The Master's Pendant is the only steal from Ein Rugel. It is the plus 25% experience accessory.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So, talking about Shiana and Kos-mos being in that Y data protective lock. Mike, I was curious as to why they were there to begin with. Like, did Mizrahi have like some vision of the future that allowed him to input their information as part of the Y data? I don't understand how the Y data works either, because it's just information locked in Momo's brain, and that's all we've been really told.
Yeah.
About it. So I don't know how you would protect it in that way. But Shion has never at least spoken in a way that implies that she's met Joachim Mizrahi personally. In fact,
True.
Seeing him, I think at one point she was like, is that him? You know, like... And the same thing goes for Kos-mos. Kos-mos is a little more forgivable, understandable, because there's a whole lot of, like, behind-the-scenes data downloaded into her brain that even Shion doesn't know about.
True.
So I'm just kind of curious what kind of, like, foreknowledge was happening here. Like, how far ahead of the game did Mizrahi actually plan? And how did he plan that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, assuming that is the explanation, if there's some sort of vision of the future thing going on.
Right. Well, even if there's not, like, what if he just thought it out and calculated it or whatever? Like, still, there's oh, that's interesting.
Okay, so this is the second boss. This is
transforming at will.
Doppelwogel, I believe is the correct way to say that. So this boss also has steals. So here we go.
I don't know. It's just a lot of questions.
Samurai Heart, good.
It's feasible that someone would be smart enough to be able to calculate out. I mean, they'd have to be brilliant beyond ways that I could measure. But
calculate it out. Sorry.
Yeah, it's feasible. Theoretically feasible that Joachim Mizrahi could have been smart enough to calculate out long-term steps he would have to take to protect Milsha or to accomplish some goal that we are unaware of at the moment.
Oh, I see.
To stop Udu or whatever, without having a vision, right? Like, he could be smart enough to go, okay, well, I'm aware of the Kos-mos project, and this person will be over that, you know, like, to put pieces into play. You get what I'm saying? Like, and
it's sort of an inelegant way to explain it, but yes, I do see what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah, sorry. So
okay.
The closest analogy I could give you, you haven't read the books, I don't think, but the Stormlight Archives has a character in there. His name is Taravangian, and he has this thing, spoiler alert, I guess, that he calls the diagram. And he was, like, given a inhuman amount of intelligence for like a day or something through supernatural means.
Right.
And during that superhuman intelligence, he wrote out what he calls the diagram, and events for the following years all began to fall into place based off those calculations. And some of those were decisions that he had to make. Some of them were understanding how other people functioned and the most likely outcome for their response, given who they are. Now, as the story progresses, the things stop following the diagram because people change.
Well,
and so it becomes like...
And the existence of the foreknowledge can modify whether something is going to happen the way people think it will, right?
Right.
I don't know if that's an argument made in the work you're talking about, but
yeah, I mean, I think it's touched on, but like minor changes in the way people act isn't enough to disrupt the diagram. It has, like, there are some major events that happen that definitely did not do what was supposed to happen. Something else got in the way that was uncalculated, and it wasn't his foreknowledge of that caused that. It was completely outside of someone's knowledge of that diagram existing.
Right.
So, fate, other deities, I don't know. It's a little complicated to explain, but for anybody who's read the Stormlight Archives and have gotten that far, that's kind of what I'm proposing, is that perhaps he was able to think along those lines. I don't think to that degree, but he also worked deeply with the Zohar, and
true,
and also created the Song of Nephilim. So, like,
yes,
you know, I think he had some touch of supernatural, whether it's vision or otherwise.
It does. It does seem that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't imagine that he would be able to put that information in there without having some kind of foreknowledge, whether it was planned or otherwise.
Sure. I could see that. There is a reason that things are set up the way they are. But yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's the mechanics of it is confusing, of course.
Sure, and we don't have those answers yet anyway, and I don't expect to have them anytime soon, if I'm honest.
Right.
Because there's also the things like Shion could have a connection to Mizrahi that she doesn't know about through her parents.
That's possible, considering she has seen the top of the song.
Right.
Right.
But it's in a room that is theoretically a hospital room.
Right.
Because her mom is sleeping on the bed or whatever.
Yes. Exactly.
So, but it seemed like her mom was dealing with some mental health, like some kind of neuro issue, rather than physical. I mean, it might have been physical, I don't know. But it seemed like it was a psychosis kind of issue.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
And if that's the case, maybe something Mizrahi was doing caused the psychosis, and so he was helping her. I don't know. There are so many potential answers, and none of them seem viable, and all of them seem viable at the same time. Like, I don't know.
Ow.
It's just like Xenogears, God.
Okay. So it's type attack effective. That's fine. So a couple things to point out here. I did steal the rare item. The common item is the Samurai Heart, which we already have one of, so it's the second one. Rare steal is the Gemini Clock. The Gemini Clock allows for special transformations such as Momo's Starwind to last longer. There's a complicated formula. It's roughly double +1, I believe, on the Gemini Clock. So that's a cool accessory I wanted to make sure I got from this boss. But as you can tell, I am having a lot of damage issues with this fight. That's because I am very ether focused, because it's very good for the other two fights. Having Junior in this fight is a good idea. I brought Momo for her magic caster, and I brought Kos-mos because I like Kos-mos. And
sorry, it's not a judgment. It's just funny that was the reasoning behind it was I brought Kos-mos because I like Kos-mos.
Yeah, I mean, she just kind of stands in the center and is just, a badass and very tanky as well. But at this level, like, we're in a very good spot for this fight, even with this shenanigans.
That was a lot of damage
going on. Yes, exactly. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to beat on this boss until it goes down. We are getting there. We only about 1,200 health left. So a few more rounds of attacks and we'll get it done. But Junior with the Double Buster and Last Symphony is kind of the way to go on this one. If you wanna set your party up either to spam steals, or if you don't care about the Gemini clock, just go for it kind of thing. I wanted to make sure I got it. But yeah. Keep
so if it's double plus 1, does that mean she gets 5 turns in her form now instead of 2?
Yeah, although I believe she got... Yeah, it would be 5.
Yeah.
So I believe that the amount of turns also sort of depends on the level of health as well. So we tend to transform Momo at full health. So that would change how long it lasts as well. So it could last even longer, yes.
So if she had less health, the transformation wouldn't last as long?
No, it would last longer.
Oh, it would?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That's interesting. Why is that?
I assume it's some sort of hyper mode type thing, you know, like if you have a crisis level, to put it in Final Fantasy VIII terms, I guess.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Berserk mode or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, that attack.
Man,
that attack.
He keeps getting crit on those.
That attack is dangerous. Yeah, I don't know if maybe it, yeah, you're able to status him after that, but I'm not set up for that. I'm just, you know, pound on him with damage. Thinking of, I'm getting a little... Alright, let's do... I'm gonna see if I can up her damage just a little bit here. Uh-huh. He boosting.
Stop it. Oh, he's boosting for that crit, isn't he?
Probably. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, fortunately, that didn't really...
Jeez.
Let's see how we do here.
That's not great. Ugh.
That's about what it's been doing.
Yeah, I know. I'm just... That feels bad when Kos-mos is doing less than 100.
Yep. We got it down to 400 HP, so yeah. A little bit of a long boss fight. Do as I say, not as I do. Bring Junior, use Lost Symphony. At this point, though, it's fine. We'll just get through it. We got the steals we wanted, so we're in good shape here.
Right.
Gion's actually doing well with her fire attacks, so...
Is it because it's elemental based instead of ether? Well, I mean, it's an ether, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's ether, but it's also fire. Let's see if I can get the point multiplier here.
This boss makes me think of a harpy.
Just a bit. Yeah, I got the point multiplier. That's awesome. We'll see what it is.
I think it... Times 10. Let's go.
Times 2.
Aw.
Got him.
Hateful. Only 5%? That's impressive.
Yup. Alright. Well, you got through that.
It's useless. The
You're
laws
useless.
by which we are governed are just too different. Isn't that right?
Maybe he's an avatar of voodoo.
boss?
What?
Well then,
What?
I think our friend has already left, and it's about time for me to make my exit. I have a busy schedule to keep.
Wait! What are you trying to accomplish? Why did you come here?
You wanna know? Then come to that time, to that place. You know what I mean.
Huh?
What?
I'll be waiting for you, Simeon.
What? Why does everybody know who she is?
The Song of Nephilim has ceased all functions. The Rhine Maiden is clearing away the remaining Gnosis.
I see.
Oh yeah, the
Junior,
1,000-kilometer
Are you
ship.
all right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you guys? Man. Who was that?
Well, we're not on fire, so that's
He
a
had an
win.
aura of incredible power. I don't know.
Who was that indeed?
I don't understand any of this.
Let's go back, Xion.
No, Chaos. Why did he
Yeah.
call you boss?
Right, yeah, let's talk about that, shall we? We're just gonna gloss over that?
Like, excuse me, sir. What is going on here? Alright, let's talk to the party. Junior, what's up?
Look at the size of that device. Setting 10 or 20 bombs off isn't going to destroy it. We better go back and use the Foundation's main cannon. This is something that shouldn't exist.
True.
The Kirschwasser are my younger sisters, even though I was the last one to be awakened. Mommy told me about it. I've always wanted to meet them. There seems to be no more sign of the enemy. I'd like to know what's going on outside. It seems best to go back to the Foundation.
Does seem that way. Sir.
What's wrong, Chaos? You have an odd look on your face. Xion, come on. The Song of Nephilim has ceased all of its activity.
Yeah. Go back here. Look at all this.
All right, good talk, everybody.
Look at all this weird stuff back here.
His chair bothers me about as much as the rest of the implied, like, cutscene and stuff.
Yeah, indeed. Alright. Cutscene! And we're back.
Are you okay?
Yes. That man. He said he was searching for the key inside me. He... probably...
It's all right. It's not your fault.
Oh! This charm. Maybe I have this to thank for my safe return.
Main cannon ready to fire. Target Song of Nephilim.
You're sure about this?
Yes. Please, for their sake.
Chaos. Do you think this'll put the Kirschwassers to rest?
Well, their thoughts and feelings now exist within Momo. Their wish finally came true.
I hope so. Maybe that's what Albedo wanted.
Don't give him that much
Junior.
credit.
Exactly.
It's because I couldn't.
Little Master.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That felt a little disjointed. I'm not gonna lie.
Indeed.
Yeah, that tracks.
Wait! Something's wrong! It's...
The Gnosis! The remaining Gnosis! They're being...
Absorbed by the Song of Nephilim.
Yup.
Which is something Kos-mos can do.
Mm-hmm.
That's a no good.
I wanted to have more fun, so I came back for a visit.
Oh, you're such a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
I swear I'm gonna.
Now, cool your jets. Hold off on the emotional outburst until you see my entire performance.
His, like, neck brace thing.
Yeah. It's weird.
Well, I'm just like, I can't see how that actually would be helpful.
Gonna fall.
Why are you feeling it?
Yeah, he's feeling it on Milsha there.
Oh, he's on Milsha?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the path to Milsha was hidden.
Depends on which Milsha you're talking about. The one that isn't hidden.
That's second Milsha.
Correct. Second Milsha.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I should be more specific.
Impossible.
What the heck is that?
It can't be. That was supposed to be destroyed.
Clearly not.
Proto Merkabah.
Proto Merkabah?
Merkabah.
Merkabah, the
place
chariot
where
of God.
I was born.
That bastard, summoning needless toys. You've forgotten your duties, haven't you?
Never mind that. Come back, Virgil.
What's your problem? I don't take orders from you.
Seriously?
Stop talking inside my head like that.
Yup.
I'm not used to it yet.
I'm afraid you'll need to get used to it.
How did he survive?
So that's what this is all about. You're quite the cunning little bastard. All right then. But next time, I'm doing things my way.
With my hot rod spaceship.
Indeed.
Did you say this is where you were born?
Yes. Daddy gathered together the data he needed to create me on Milsha, and then he sent it to Proto Merkabah.
Are you saying that this thing was built for the purpose of creating you? That wasn't its original purpose. It was created to discover the true form of the universe, the form we ourselves were meant to have. But then he took it and...
Exactly. Just think for a moment about all the phenomena brought about by that lunatic. If that thing, the song, and the Zohar all linked together...
That's exactly why we dropped it into the abyss after we recovered the 100 series. How is it that it has returned again?
I don't know, but the original is still on Milsha. With only Proto Merkabah, he can't.
The original what? Zohar?
Yes.
Okay.
They have a bad habit of not using proper nouns or finishing sentences in these games.
That's very true. That looks a whole lot like the Udu beam.
A little bit.
That's a lot of damage.
Yup.
I'm gonna need a lot of Flex Seal for this.
Federation fleet.
Just like that.
Well, Ruby Doe, what do you think of my new toy? And that was using the minute amount of energy remaining in this thing. Just a mere fraction of what it's capable of. Icing on the cake, if you will.
Yoink.
Yup.
Oh, is it using the Gnosis to feed itself?
Mm-hmm. Same way.
Originally, this thing, the Song of Nephilim, and the Zohar were a single apparatus. The Gnosis which seek the Zohar are responding to the faint waves that emanate from the sealed-off Milsha. This thing uses the Gnosis as a medium to collect the waves from the Zohar and store the energy it needs in order to operate.
How the hell do you know all that?
It was Ma Pesh. When I linked with her consciousness,
That implies that the Zohar and the Proto Merkabah and the Song of Nephilim were not created by the same person. Or maybe they were all created by the same person, but not necessarily Mizrahi.
5 minutes, or perhaps 10.
It'll take until I finish the side quests, alright?
Perhaps I should just
Right.
turn you all to pillars of soul. That's not a bad idea.
The old Sodom and Gomorrah, huh?
Become white.
Don't mock us, you bastard!
He's definitely got the insane laugh down.
Yup.
So what to do?
It's got some Joker energy in it.
Just a bit.
Mark Hamill's Joker specifically, which is a compliment.
The weapon is retargeting. It's aiming straight for the capital of
Second Miltia, yeah.
What did you say?
Exactly. Those 100 series are sharp, aren't they?
Won't let you do this! Listen to me, Albedo! You stay right where you are! It's time for you and me to settle this!
Oh, please. That's not like you at all. You don't really give a damn about others, do you?
What?
Well, fine. Stop me if you can. I'll be waiting.
I'm curious why Albedo is insistent that Junior doesn't care about people.
The target is a giant experimental facility that was long abandoned before its completion. A network of tunnels runs through the facility, and the reactor core is located at the nexus where they all meet.
All we have to do is take out that reactor, right?
Correct. That'll shut down Proto Merkabah completely. The data I sent to you earlier includes a map of the most direct route to the core. Right now, you are our only hope. I ask you on behalf of the Federation government, and as a member of the human race, to destroy that abominable machine once and for all.
Mommy.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Alright. So our goal is clear at this point. We have to destroy Proto Merkabah. And yeah, this is... And they keep putting freaking Chaos in our party for some reason. But yeah, this is...
Chaos keeps putting himself in the party. That's why his name is Chaos.
He keeps forcing himself in the party. This is... This is basically endgame at this point. Now, the final dungeon is not like the Saga of Nephilim in that you can go and beat nearly the whole thing as long as you don't fight the final boss and just leave and then go do other stuff if you want. So you're not locked in until you're actually in the final boss fight, basically.
Oh, that's how the Deus was handled, right? Or
basically, yes. Basically the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There's an email for Shion. Doodle-doo.
Email.
An Intelligence Bureau investigation has confirmed that Gnosis with stronger battle capabilities will appear. Have some more abilities. Our Dragon.
Our Dragon. It is Kos-mos's best melee tech attack.
Looking forward to seeing that.
So yeah, we're going to go ahead and use some tech points on it. Our Dragon is awesome.
She has so many T points.
Yeah, we're going to be running through some of those at some point here, but... and then, yeah, let's put Hammer twice, why not? I'm actually going to re-equip X-Buster on her. And maybe we'll use S-Chain at some point here. Okay, and then we should be able to get another email here.
Yep, finally get a conclusion to our long hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Good job on Snake Charmer case. It was great to see Bunny, your enhanced AI, perform. I was called Panspelmia before, but people at work call me F&M now. F&M, faith, no man, or man without faith. Once when connecting to the UMN, I came across Bunny's neural network and confirmed a faint pulse signal. I immediately recognized this waveform pattern, unique to enhanced AI. The only two descendants of co-evolutionary GA that I'm aware of are Bunny and myself. Other AI projects never attained the heights we have. I was so happy when I saw Bunny's module with my very own eyes. I felt the need to investigate because Bunny was not what I expected AI to be like in the future. Raz, the snake charmer, was employed to break into the Damarung's mainframe, and she was caught by our company's security unit. We discovered an innate ferocity in her subconscious upon cross-examining the girl. The only prospect of recovery was to use a long course of nanotherapy to alter her mental thought patterns through the direct manipulation of nerve connections. So, she was placed in a treatment tank and remains in deep sleep. Through her treatment process, we learned that she had an illegal clone, her older brother. I believe his chromosomes were manipulated to create her. Lev promised to help me if I continued treating his younger sister. Using my instructions, he hacked into 2nd R&D Division's machine cluster. Angie Ropa wasn't able to catch Lev because Lev is very smart, and I was backing him up every step of the way. Lev, the snake charmer, was caught and the whole ordeal was over. He was released immediately and brought to me. This was supposed to be the end, but the situation took an unexpected turn. Raz, who was supposedly sleeping in a tank since Lev's neural activity, she mistakenly thought he committed suicide and tried to get out to seek revenge. While asleep in the tank, Raz broke into Damarung's system and tried to access your address. Lev worried, but I watched over her. When Raz broke into the Damarung, she looked at a highly classified file. She assumed Lev's death was associated with this information. Based on this false assumption, she sought revenge against you. She tried to turn the bioreactor's nanomachine into a deadly virus. I wrote that threatening email you got from Raz after reading her thoughts. You got the answer right. I was impressed, so she resigned herself to die. As a final retaliation, she exposed a scandal concerning myself. The Quad Inventor scandal is as Raz alleges. I tricked and destroyed Quad Inventor. I masterminded the prohibition of enhanced AI, developed by the Federation. But my intent was completely different. Vector expressed interest in me, an AI a bit more advanced than your typical AI. I bet they wanted the first enhanced AI in the world. As Vector pointed out, my neural net is still far inferior to a Realian's. I believe you understand because you are a specialist in this field. I transferred to Vector because I wanted to further advance my intellect. Vector has ample funds and the industrial strength to realize this. Quad Inventor was the only obstacle to my transfer to Vector. It's true that enhanced AI are a danger to competitive systems like coevolution. Then, there are the AI who secured some stability. Bunny and I agreed that we should seek intellectual evolution for the sake of all enhanced AI. The profits from a monopoly are secondary to me. I see no real value in it, but I'm sure it's of great interest for Vector. The Snake Charmer siblings will be in my care. I believe this will make them happiest. About Bunny, I considered assimilating him, but I don't think it's necessary. Perhaps Bunny's existence will provide hope to enhanced AI as well as grant us diversity in genomes. I apologize for the inconvenience, but I had to talk to you. Maybe meet again someday. For your trouble, we deposited 200,000 G into your account. Please use it to fight Gnosis. So it looks like you discovered who I really am. Yeah, knowing that F&M is an enhanced AI helped me acknowledge the fact that you are still alive. I think you should trust that. You're right, but even so, it's a spectacular story. Snake Charmer's older brother and the younger sister concealed constructions from years gone by. Panspelmia, or F&M, are all said to be the best choices for the future of AI converging at one point. I support F&M's opinion. How about you, Xian? I have mixed feelings, but looking long-term, his opinion may be right. It must be something that is necessary in order for us to enhance AI to secure happiness in future generations. I pray that the price that must be paid for that happiness is not in vain.
Alright. And yeah, I think that attachment auto-downloads, so we have 200,000 more G, so. I'm a millionaire!
Oh man, it's so excessive.
And then I think we got one more here. Yep.
All right.
The email. Yep. So
a new map has been added to the EVS.
Song of Nephilim is now in the EVS, so we can go there if we want to. All right.
I know I read it all, but I don't know that I fully comprehended. What is Bunny? Bunny's just an AI, right?
An advanced AI, that's right.
Right. Which I thought Shion already knew that.
I mean, yeah, essentially that's right. Check something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because their exchange confuses me. Oh, so now you know who I am, but like, she made Bunny.
Yeah, like of course she knows who he. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Yeah, it's a little strange.
Unless the implication is that when she created Bunny, it wasn't an enhanced AI. It was just a very like competent one, like high tech AI, and then it evolved into a sentience. Because that's how I'm viewing enhanced here, is that it has developed a will of its own. And isn't just like a program.
Yeah, I'd say that's correct. Yes. It's like it hits a specific level of evolution, and it becomes advanced enough to be considered conscious.
Right.
You know, it's funny. This game was made at this point a couple decades ago, and its talk about AI is very interesting given the current landscape with it. But you know, that's another conversation for sure.
Yeah.
We are gonna pop in here and grab a couple of things here. I would like to go down to. We need to head down to the catapult deck to open a segment address, and then we're gonna need to go get another one, and then. Oh hey.
Sure, I'm ready. I couldn't ask for anything more than to be able to save the world. We'll be heroes if we defeat him.
That's true, Hammer. Thanks, buddy. But yeah, there are a couple of segment addresses to get. We are getting very close to completing them all. These last two, before heading into the final dungeon, are extremely good. Like they bring you to a whole other level of combat capability, along with the steals from Song of Nephilim and the things we got there. A lot of good stuff. So the Proto Merkabah treasure and segment addresses are very good, but it's almost like they're icing on the cake a little bit, because you're able to get to basically full power at this point.
Gotcha.
So I can't remember where I'm going here. Been a second since I've done this.
Yeah, the catapult. Yeah, you have to keep going.
Yeah, I think all the way down here.
Mm-hmm. And then I believe you take the.
Think you go south here.
Yeah, I was thinking you take the north door, but I don't think that's right. I think you do take it south, and then
the north door
go across the way.
The north door is to Kos-mos's room, I believe.
Right. I think the first time we went north, it was a hallway, but not like takes you straight to her room for some reason.
Oh yeah, that sounds right. I don't remember.
Oh, we didn't like this. We didn't like this hallway here. We're just gonna remove it.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't remember exactly where this segment address is. I think it's up here.
Well, if it's in the catapult deck, then it's going to be behind one of the boxes.
Yeah, pretty sure it is. So we'll go ahead and get that. We finally got the key for... Oh no, this is Kos-mos's room. Never mind. Yeah, let's head back out.
Okay. Got turned around.
I think maybe I got it backwards.
I mean, we both did.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. We'll head back
Yeah.
over the other elevator here, but yeah, back to the ambient noise of the Elsa after, you know, the Song of Nephilim.
Yeah, that's an eerie tune too.
Yeah, it is. I did find that interesting, and I don't recall. I did try to look this up at one point, and I couldn't really find a lot of concrete information. I think the prevailing theory here is that basically, due to the development cycle for this game, nothing behind that, right? Yeah. Due to the development cycle, the soundtrack did not get put in for, say, running around the Elsa or anything like that.
Oh, so ambience wasn't its intent.
I don't think so, but I could be wrong about that.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's up up and around, perhaps.
Up and around.
Yeah, to the launch, the catapult launch, whatever.
Like up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, it's an interesting thing to look into a little bit. I'll double check it and see if I have I can find any more information about it. But you know, it just kind of is a thing. Like, oh yeah, they just didn't do a lot of songs. You know, you're running around.
There it is.
Yep, it's right here. Yep. Decoding
number 14. Yeah. So I think earlier I misspoke when he was talking about it being an apparatus. Speed shoes. They're so speedy.
They are.
I was thinking about how they may have like originally found the Zohar, Song of Nephilim, and the Merkabah all together in one piece.
Increase speed 25%. This is a very, very, very good accessory. So,
okay, well, that'll be good for Kos-mos.
Yeah, I mean that one's good for her. Upping her agility is good as well. They both are very good things to do for her.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, the Zohar was first scene of this game. We saw the Zohar. It was discovered in Turkey, so that clearly predates. Say the song and Proto Merkabah were constructed on Milsha by Mizrahi. Let's just say that. I think that's correct. That's several millennia after the fact of finding the Zohar. Let alone when the hell was it actually constructed? You know. Was it constructed? Is it a just existing object of sorts? You know, what is it exactly?
Right.
Maybe we can go up here and shortcut up.
Things like the Zohar and like in Xenogears, like the contact and stuff. Or not the contact, what was it? Is it the contact?
Still the Zohar.
Oh, it is still the Zohar. Yeah, right. Sorry.
It's all good.
So much terminology, it starts blending together a little bit.
Wow, we could have done this a lot faster. That's funny. It's the scenic route. It's fine.
It's fine. We're talking. It's fine.
Yeah.
And when we're probably getting close to time too, so wrap up with the second address, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll get an important thing at the second one. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, anyway, like. I feel like those do have to be constructed relics of some kind. Just by extension of the way these stories are told. That something or someone made them. And they've lasted for millennia. Multi-millennia.
Right.
So, I mean, with Xenogears, spoiler alert, go watch our other series before I say something. The Zohar was around from like the beginning of their timeline, essentially.
Yeah, so it is important to know just lore-wise, and obviously, major spoilers for Xenogears. Go check out the playthrough if you've played it, all that fun stuff. But Xenosaga and Xenogears are both based on perfect works. So there's a lot of commonalities. They're not the same thing as far as like what can be considered. They're legally distinct, but they're also kind of sourced from we gotta go to the junk store. They're sourced from the same kind of core lore here.
Right.
We go in here.
Yeah. Right, and that's so I'm pulling off of it, trying not to make it like assume that it's the same thing, but know that they're heavily influencing each other here.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we gotta go down here to get in
which
segment address to
Simeon, I'm assuming named because of one of the 12 sons of Israel.
That is correct.
Yeah, because if I remember, no, Reuben was the one that didn't want to do anything with Joseph.
Robot part body.
Body!
Extremely important item to pick up here. And we are going to go into that in the next episode for sure, because we've got to finish the saga. Unless we want to do it now, of course. But
I mean... I'm okay with seeing the professor after all that heavy content.
You guys want to see the professor and finish it up a little bit longer? Yeah?
If only we had live
yeah.
responses.
Exactly.
Guess what? We're going live.
Yeah, exactly. We're probably gonna. Oh yeah, this is available. The Saints Rod. That's kind of cool. There's new stuff here. I'm gonna be going through this shopping and deal with it a little bit later. But one thing I do want to point out here is the AG05 is available. This
for 300,000.
300,000 G. Frame HP is 6,000. 130D power. PR 120, agility of 5. It's very, very, very good. Hyams Heavy Industries. I'm going to go ahead and buy it. Once again, you do not need eggs units to beat this game. You'll be just fine without it. But let's see here. Yeah, so these are the upgrades. You can see that it's these. I believe these are the final upgrades. You can see AG04 can get about half of the HP of the 05 there. So, yeah.
Do eggs play a heavier role in the subsequent Xenosaga games?
I'm going.
Is that too spoilery of a question to ask?
No. It's not too spoilery. But I'm going to say yes and no.
Okay.
Because you're using the term eggs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So mechs play a big role in subsequent Xenosaga games.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was just going by whatever they were calling it here.
Right. Yeah.
But
the other thing I do want to mention,
mobile suits.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mobile suits. Yeah, a little bit of a tease, but yeah. Go back to the Durandal. Simeon is not the full name of Albedo's mech either. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I don't see how it does, but
no. I mean, like in the way of well, of course, it's not the full name of his mech, because why would it be?
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
because Xenosaga, the Xeno series is
complicated,
notorious for being like, hey, here's this thing you're going to call it, but actually is this whole long list of names. Or whatever. So
yeah, but that's a good call. The Simeon is named after one of the tribes of Israel. That is correct.
Wom.
We are headed to the Foundation. We're gonna turn in the robot part body.
I am looking forward to Tippy Taps.
This is gonna be awesome. Yeah,
we gotta talk to Professor.
He's very important. I believe this goes into a little bit. I think you have to go do something to finish this up. But we're at least gonna go figure out what our goal is here. So, long special edition episode for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, probably not that much longer.
Because of the professor. It's so long. It's such a long episode. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so I think there's also an email around here, but we're just gonna head down into the Robot Academy.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So in case it wasn't clear, the next episode, maybe 2. I don't know. Do you think we can do it in 1?
Do what?
Next episode would be like side quest stuff, finishing up.
Yeah,
a bunch of side stuff.
Yeah, we can get the remaining side quests done in 1 episode, especially if we do this now. So,
okay,
yeah, we may even be starting final dungeon in the next episode.
Okay.
But there are a couple of important side quests. We do need to fight the other optional boss in this game, and yeah, there's a couple of other things to do.
Professor Giant's Robot Training Hall, final chapter, part 1. Episode of Friendship in Crisis. Professor, we finally got it, the last robot part. Whoa, good job. Now I can complete the giant robot that I've yearned for. You don't seem very cheerful. Is it because of what happened with Assistant Scott? Oh, I forgot about Assistant Scott.
Assistant Scott!
What are you talking about? I've already forgot about that ungrateful assistant. More importantly, hurry up and hand over the last robot part. Let's complete that invincible robot I've dreamed of. Are you sure everything's okay? I like how his desk is, like, closed up now.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It doesn't matter. Come, let's work. Okay. I guess.
Sure, why not?
Those are the robot parts that you brought. Then here we go. Begin transformation. Beep boop beep boop beep 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 bop beep boop. Robot body. Oh my gosh. How's that? The essential section for the giant robot, the Kelbin Dragon, is complete. Just remember the Kelbin Dragon is a joint part of the giant robot, so unfortunately you won't be able to summon it during battles.
That's the final one, equivalent to Kelvana. Yep.
Oh, I see what's happening. Okay, please continue.
Hello.
Wait a minute.
What's the problem?
Well, well, now that the 6 kinds of robot parts are finally all here, I'll set about complete the giant robot. If Assistant Scott hasn't defied me, he would have been present at this historic moment. Oh well, I'll just forget about him and get started. Now, just as you watch. Set transformation! What? What?
Oh no!
Listen, you're not allowed to Megazord the robot, okay? I knew it! I knew this would happen! The most important thing to create a giant robot is the power of friendship! Oh my gosh. Oh my God. After fighting so much with Assistant Scott, I'm unworthy of creating a giant robot.
What's the problem, Professor?
Crisis of friendship. Oh man. Friendship and justice. I knew that one could never be apart from the other. Tap, 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 tap.
Eh?
I said some mean things to Assistant Scott. I wonder what he's doing now.
Eh?
The factory is cluttered again, you say? Ever since the Assistant Scott left, I haven't felt like cleaning. I've been depressed. Friendship and justice. I knew that one could never be apart from the other.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it's very cluttered. Okay. Check something here.
I need the power of friendship to make the Megazord.
This console is all exploding. Oh no!
And it's reinforced because of the naming conventions of these different items too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Oh man.
Okay. Phew. Yeah, so what we have to do to complete the final part of the robot mission is to go find Assistant Scott. He is in the Iron Man bar in City Sector 26 and 27.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and head up there and go talk to Assistant Scott. We should be able to
Assistant Scott
conclude this whole thing. Let me up. Let me up.
This has been probably my favorite side quest of our recent games.
It's the best side. It's so good. I love this side quest.
It is so good.
Mm-hmm. Assistant Scott, where are you?
Maybe he's flexing with Alan. Oh, there he is. Depressed.
Hey, man.
Damn it. Why doesn't the professor understand? Why won't he listen to my opinion? I'm just worried about the professor, that's all. Damn, I need a drink. Damn eccentric hard-headed geezer. I don't care anymore. He'll regret it later when he's all alone. He regrets it now. Professor can't even do anything by himself. He really can't do anything without me. He's probably having problems right about now. The professor might even be crying. Damn, I know he needs me. I can't just leave the professor all by himself. Professor, just hang in there. I'm coming to help you. Wow, he just pep talked himself.
The power of friendship!
Friendship. Professor's Giant Robot Training Hall, Final Chapter, Part 2. It's a double feature. Episode, Friendships Are Forever.
That's right.
The messenger of love, justice, and courage. Erd Kaiser is here.
Yup.
Professor, we've brought back Assistant Scott. You can make your dream come true with him here, right? Professor. Ha! What a meddlesome thing to do! What? I don't think it's fair for you to say that. Well, whatever. Come, Assistant Scott, get your station quickly. We have a big once-in-a-lifetime job to do. Wait a minute. That isn't fair to Assistant Scott. Yes, sir. Roger that, Professor. And you.
Huh?
Huh? I'm glad you're back. Let's go, Assistant Scott. Begin transformation. Beep boop beep boop beep.
Beep boop beep boop beep boop.
Okay, Professor. Set transformation. Click clack, click clack, click clack. You've matured into a man in the short time that I hadn't seen you. This academy should be safe in Assistant Scott's hands. Professor, you're definitely the greatest. You're really shy when you're making robots.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. Now we have our own one true Gundam.
Erd Kaiser.
Behold, love, courage, justice, victory, friendship, effort. The symbol of all such things, united and invincible, absolutely just, the Erd Kaiser.
Oh boy. Hey.
And I'll form the head. What do you think? The incarnation of my dream. The Erd Kaiser will never lose. I feel like that should be the eggs unit you should get.
Uh-huh.
And just hop into that thing. Even if all it does is like normal damage, like
yeah.
My ambitions know no end. I'm going to start developing the next giant robot right away. I'll see you in episode 2.
More giant robots.
A lot happened between the professor and me, but in the end, he's a great scientist. I'll continue to work for him.
All right, this crap out of here. Okay. So,
look forward to season 2 of The Professor in the next game.
So, we now have, I believe we already have it. Yep. We have Erd Kaiser. Ultimate attack using combined form.
All enemies slashed. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we will, we'll demonstrate Erd Kaiser, but...
12?
Yes, you, when...
Oh my gosh.
When you equip Erd Kaiser, it is the only thing you can equip. So this turns Simeon into the best damage dealer, actually.
Really?
Yes, no one can outdamage her with Erd Kaiser equipped.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Erd Kaiser does 9999 damage every time you use it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It costs 30 though. That's
brutal. So that's with AP half. It normally costs 60.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Or
you don't even have enough EP to cast it normally.
EP half. Yeah. I do not. That is one of the reasons the Angel Ring is really nice, so that you can
Holy cow.
cast it. But you're going to have to use an ether pack. But the thing is, you can only do it once per battle. So if they have more than 9999 HP, you're sort of you got to do the remaining or get them down below 10,000. But yeah,
have we come across a boss that's had more than that?
That's a good question.
I don't think we have. I'm sure we will, but I don't think we have.
I believe the answer is no. Yes, the answer is no. We have not come across a boss yet that has more HP than that.
That is wild.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think the highest HP boss we've fought is Simeon at 8,400 HP.
Man.
Yep. Oh, yeah. We've achieved the dream of a giant robot. I'm gonna clean this lab because it's just driving me nuts. There's debris everywhere. But yeah, there are more side quests to do, but we now have our giant robot, and I am definitely going to be showcasing that next time. Now, the other optional boss, one of the reasons why I have been setting things up the way I have is because I would like to fight it without using Erdekaiser. You can just summon Erdekaiser and annihilate the other optional boss. And Mintia as well. If you wait to fight her until now, you can just go into the EVS, fight her, summon Erdekaiser, boom, that's it.
I mean, there's something satisfying about the idea of that, but I get why you would not want to do that for a recording.
Yeah, well, also you get things early on if you fight Mintia early, which are very beneficial. You know, the craft apron is nice. But again, it depends, you know, like it is possible to make your way through things, get Erdekaiser, and then you pretty much can just, you know, blast your way through the rest of the game with that summon. There are some scenarios where you have to do a little bit, but it drastically cuts down on the work you need to put in for those things. So
it's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there is an optional email that we can go get here as well, and I think it's the last one. So we'll go ahead and grab that, and I think we'll wrap. But for our next episode, it's going to be the side quest episode. So,
yep. So if you want to see where the rest of the stuff is, stay tuned. Also, like Dan was saying, we may most likely start into the Proto Merkabah area as well.
Yep. Yeah, we do not have very many episodes of this series left, but we are approaching the end here. And yeah, this game ends in a very interesting way, so definitely stay tuned. Next episode, we're definitely going to be fighting the other optional boss. Here's the final email. Let's go ahead and read this real quick.
Email.
Haha, Soul Calibur 2!
I was wondering if it was another video game email.
Yep.
Very important. Welcome back to the stage.
The stage of history.
Of history.
Yeah.
Namco's coming out with a sequel to the legendary fighting game Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur knocked everyone's socks off with its revolutionary weapons-based fighting systems, as well as great looks, great feel, great characters, and great story. A host of new characters, as well as some old favorites, will journey and duel for the infamous and deadly sword, Soul Edge. Soul Calibur 2 features 8 game modes, new moves, new stages, and the best. Whoops. And the best darn cinematics and game graphics ever. Soul Calibur 2 is the most anticipated fighting game ever. I can't wait to get it. Transcending history in the world, a tale of souls and swords eternally retold. Anonymous.
Yeah, I think this is every email. I don't think we've missed any, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yep. So no more emails, and yeah, we have a little bit left to do. Again, I am going to endeavor to cover everything. We are going to be trying out the final eggs unit. We are going to be showcasing Erdekaiser, and then we'll discuss, if we want to use it for more scenarios or just kind of fight. I am going to be prepared to do either one here, and we'll just kind of we'll feel it out. We'll see what we're feeling. But I would like to, because of who the second optional boss is, I would like to be able to fight it normally. So we will see. We will see what we end up doing, but we're definitely going to fight it. We're going to get everything done. We are going to go fight another optional enemy that's less a boss, more of just kind of a special battle as well. So we'll go ahead and demonstrate that. He's still flexing. I need to go to the
gotta flex
hotel to save. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that should be it. I mean, we've gone from it's an interesting juxtaposition, the giant robot story juxtaposed with the dark story turns of the Song of Nephilim, and then the imminent threat of Albedo, who's just gonna genocide a planet for fun. Like our villain our opponent is very clear at this point, so.
Oh, we got another Death Star on our hands.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you so much for joining us today. We are glad to have you here, and we hope you've been enjoying yourselves. If you have, please like, subscribe, all that other stuff. And additionally, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Currently, we do have a poll in the community tab. I don't know if I've posted additionally at this point by the time this goes live. But even if I have, you can still vote on the poll. Because until we finish this game, we're not making decisions on the next one. So go let your voice be known. Otherwise, it's looking like Legendary Dragoon is going to be the next game.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's totally fine with us. But if that's not what you want, you need to go vote.
Yep.
All that said, as always, please no spoilers in the comments, but we'd love to hear your thoughts. Other than that, thank you so much for letting us be a part of your day, and we do hope it is a great one, and we will see you all next episode.
We'll see you next time, everyone.
Bye-bye now.
Diddly diddly do 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 do. Thanks for watching.